Well, do we have a show for you, episode 190? I am so excited to get going with this, Lisa.
Erin Davis, how are you this week?
I'm good. I'm excited, Lisa Brandt. And you're going to take us on a very personal journey because nobody talks about weight anymore. You're not supposed to compliment someone if they've lost weight and all of that. But Lisa talks about her 3-letter experiment, and it's not LSD.
This isn't the 70s anymore.
Yeah, no, I think not. Okay, but first, oh, Lisa, you and, of course, our listener, you will remember last week the big conundrum that my sister in West Kelowna was facing because she has 3 chickens. Let's see if you remember the names. Peanut, Corky, and Gladys, who it turns out is Gladiator because she ended up having a rooster and had no idea what she was going to do because her neighborhood would not abide a rooster.
Right. The rooster would not shut up, basically. The rooster was doing what roosters do, yeah.
Yeah, the foghorn leghorn. I say, it's morning here. Okay, so guess who phoned with an update?
Oh, good, Leslie.
Hi, ladies. Well, I had a gentleman come to my house last night to pick him up. And as I handed him over, I did not ask because I didn't want to know the answer. But he came out voluntarily and said, I'm so glad to get this rooster. I just lost mine and I need him for my hens. So my knees almost buckled. My hand went to my heart. And I was so grateful because now Gladiator is going to have the time of his life out boinking all the chicks to make baby chicks. So it is a happy ending, so to speak. And we're really glad it turned out this way.
Oh, what a relief.
Yes, he's going to be living his best life. Thank you, Leslie, for that update. What a great, cheery way to start our podcast. And maybe if you listen in the morning to wake up to a rooster story.
Well, it's going to be like Sister Wives, the TV show, except with chicken wives.
But you know what? This sent me down a little rabbit hole. Lisa, do you know how chicken eggs are fertilized?
Not really sure.
You see, none of us knows. There are going to be some people who listen to this and go, you two are such city idiots. So Rob and I got talking about this last night, and he just figures that the chicken lays the egg, the rooster comes and sprays on it like some barn-scented Febreze. No.
I don't get that. No, that can't happen because there's a shell.
Right. So I went into this deep, dark dive, and here's what happens. The chicken ovulates a yolk, just a yolk, and there's a ton of yolks all just waiting to come down this one fallopian tube. Only the left side works on birds, which is weird. You've got a whole extra one, but hey, nature, who knows?
Yeah.
The yolk comes down, and then it's joined by albumin protein. Okay, so that coats it in this whiteness, right? So we're talking egg white. And then before the egg is laid, this is incredible. Have you ever noticed that roosters have no external reproductive organs?
No. Then why do they call him a cock? Never mind.
Exactly what I was going to say. That's the name, and he doesn't have one. Okay, so what happens is, and anybody who does spelling bee on New York Times or any word game knows that cloaca, C-L-O-A-C-A, means bird anus. But what happens is they bump uglies, the hen and the rooster, and it's called a cloacal kiss. So there's no going in.
I'm so confused.
They bump their butts.
What?
And that's when the fertilization happens. Yes. It's called a cloacal kiss, which is so sweet when you think about it.
Yeah, but disgusting. I mean, have you ever been around chicken waste? It's, okay. Well, all right.
Are we actually designed perfectly? No, we are not. So let's not point a finger at chickens.
No, but...
And do you know if you ever get a tiny blood spot in your eggs, do you ever crack open an egg and find that?
Yep.
Okay, that is just when the yolk was passing into the fallopian tube and went, oh, hit an edge there. That's all it is. It's just a little broken blood vessel. But isn't that miraculous that that's how eggs are made? And then the egg is fertilized and then the shell forms And ta-da! You have a chicken.
I actually wish I never knew.
Really?
Yeah, it's turning me off of eggs. It really is. I mean, it's fascinating. Nature is wonderful, but I kind of feel like maybe it'll have to be cheese again.
Oh, well, there's always cheese. That's always your go-to, but I guess it won't be an omelet. Well, I found it fascinating, and I'm sorry if others don't, but
I'm sure they do.
I've never known. I've never given it much thought.
Well, you also taught us about how dogs do things way differently than we thought. So maybe you can be the Dr. Ruth of animal
Husbandry.
Okay, husbandry.
I don't know. I don't know why it's called husbandry when he doesn't even have the necessary apparatus, but there's something you learned on Gracefully and Frankly today. So you're
There you go.
welcome. Well, this next story is one that is a long time in the making and something deeply, deeply personal. If we go back, Lisa, you and I, how many times were you approached when you were on the radio in any of the myriad cities and towns in which you worked to be the spokesface for a weight loss program?
Oh, yeah, several times. I never did it, though.
Oh, see, I did Nutrisystem back in the day because I wanted to lose weight in time for my wedding. There have been so many diets like that over the years. How old were you when you were taken to your first Weight Watchers meeting?
I think I was 12. Not
Wow.
even through puberty. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's always been a bit of a roller coaster. Weight and food and all that kind of stuff.
For so many of us in our generation.
Totally. And, you know, we're told that this is good and this is bad and no one knows what to eat. So anyway, as we know, the GLPs came along, the Ozempic, the Mounjaro, the
Wegovy.
yeah, all those medications. And I actually thought that this was the answer.
Well, no wonder, because you saw your husband because of his diabetes, and it was right there in your house. He was on a trial program, right?
Yeah, for the next generation of Ozempic, which isn't on the market yet. He did that for 18 months and lost 35 pounds. His sugar is all under control, all that kind of thing. Then when the trial was over, they put him back on the regular Ozempic because, as I say, the new one isn't out yet. And it has fewer side effects. It's been paired with another medication, so it doesn't do what Ozempic is blamed for doing, right?
Like what?
Well, all the digestive issues and other things that people have complained about, fatigue, just a whole bunch of other things. He didn't get a single thing. He didn't get a single side effect.
Okay, before we go further here too, Lisa, this is a really good time to remind you we are not doctors. We're not giving medical advice. We're not giving clinical advice. We only know from our experiences. And please, if this is something that you're considering either in favor of or against, research, but know that ChatGPT is only going to tell you what everybody is saying, but talk to your doctor. Does that sound like good advice to you, Lisa?
It is good advice, but it's not what I did. And that's part of the problem. It was too expensive. It was way too expensive for me to be able to take on. And I don't have coverage. I don't have any kind of insurance, any of that stuff.
How much is it a month?
Now it's about $125 for a month. But then it was anywhere from $800 to $1,200 a month.
Why the drop? Is it because generics became available? Okay.
Generic came on the market, and that made everybody come down in price because Ozempic, the brand, has to compete with the generics. So everything came down to about $125 a month, and I thought, I'm going to give it a try. I went to my doctor. My doctor said, you're not heavy enough. It's not going to work for you. This is not going to be something that you want. Your BMI isn't high enough. You have to meet a certain threshold. And with any doctor, no matter how you get it done, unless you go to some guy with a refrigerated trench coat holding Ozempic pens in his trench coat, you're not going to get it unless you're overweight a certain amount.
Okay.
So I thought, this is ridiculous because I do have some weight to lose. She just said I didn't have enough and it wasn't going to work. So I went online and found, I'm not going to name it because there are a few of them, but a Canadian pharmacy/doctor portal online. Completely legal, all regulated, Canadian doctors, Canadian pharmacy, all those things. And I had to send them a video. I had to do a complete questionnaire. It's not like you get a free ride, just tick in, here's my money. You still have to prove everything that you're healthy enough. So then I had to send a video of myself naked from the neck down or something. And I stuck my stomach out as far as it would go and tried to make myself look as big as possible.
Tell me you weren't totally naked, though.
No, I wasn't totally naked.
Oh, good, because we're old enough to know never to do that stuff.
No. They want you to wear something kind of form-fitting. No.
Okay.
Did I say naked?
You did.
Yeah, no, not naked.
Okay.
No, definitely. Scratch that. They just don't want you to make yourself look bigger than you are, even though you can do that by sticking out your belly. I got approved.
Okay.
So you start with 0.25 milligrams for the first 4 weeks. Then you do 0.5. Then you do 1 milligram. And if you're a really hard case, you can go higher. Like if you're diabetic and your sugar's hard to control.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, the food noise was gone. Instantly.
When you say food noise, describe that.
Okay. Anybody who has it knows exactly what I mean, but a lot of people don't. So food noise is a nagging, continuous reminder of, oh, I bought that chocolate bar and it's in the back of the cupboard. We still have ice cream. It's just a constant sort of running commentary about.
Sounds like an alcoholic's brain.
Exactly. And it doesn't help that I'm on a medication that has a side effect that prevents me from knowing when I'm full.
Come
Isn't
on.
that ridiculous? Yeah, the food noise diminished, but you still have the habit of eating. So you got to deal with that too. This isn't a silver bullet. It's not something that just fixes you immediately. But with it, I got incredible fatigue. I could hardly hold my head up in the morning. I was having a nap every day, lying down every time I got a chance. And everybody said, oh, this will pass, this will pass, this will pass. It only ever got worse.
Wow.
That got worse. The other thing Ozempic does, besides reducing your appetite, one of the ways it reduces your appetite is slows your digestive system down. And that was hell for me, not going to the bathroom for 2 days or more, because everything is slow to try and make you feel full longer. And it was uncomfortable. I found it extremely uncomfortable.
It got to the point where Cuddles was checking your litter box.
That's right. And
Yes.
texting Derek to say, she pooed.
Oh, sweet Cuddles.
It did not work for me. Let's put it that way. And I didn't get up to the 1 milligram. I just couldn't see any point to going further. So I was about 8 weeks, I guess, just before the 1 milligram bump. And the side effects never diminished for me.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're supposed to ease once your body gets used to it. I had no trouble with the needle. It's like the width of a hair. It's no big deal. You don't even feel it.
Do they send you the needle and a vial, or how does it get to you?
The way I was getting it, instead of picking up from a pharmacy, it came in a cold pack, and you get a pen that has all the doses you need and disposable needles.
Oh, okay.
So you do a fresh needle each time, and it's super easy to use. No issue with that at all. But I had to quit, and it was very disappointing. And do you want to know how much weight I lost, though? Not an ounce.
Oh.
Nothing. I was eating way less. I was doing everything. I mean, you start to feel sick if you eat too much, so you eat a lot less. But it didn't do anything yet. And again, it was early, so who knows? But I did quit. My practitioner with this service believes that I'm on a pause because I still have the pens. I need to take them to a pharmacy to get them disposed of. But, I just don't think it's for me. And, people are saying, well, a couple people I've talked to, oh, well, if Ozempic didn't work for you, go with Wegovy or try something else. And it's like, you know what? I am so turned off. I just don't want to do it. I feel like I lost that time. I was trying to act normal and not talk to anybody about it because I really wanted it to work out.
Yeah.
But it didn't. And I certainly didn't want to go online every day going, oh, I'm so tired. So talking about it in the past tense felt like an easier way like a better way. At least I have a result I can talk about.
Yeah. Are you carrying any weight of no, I don't mean literally, of course, but of a failure? Like, how are you doing mentally with all this?
Oh, no, I don't. It's not me that failed. It's the drug. I fall asleep if I take an aspirin. You know how sensitive I am to medication. So it's not surprising, really, that it wouldn't work. But I did have high hopes for it because I'd seen it work for so many people, and something else came along with it, and I blog about it tomorrow.
Oh, I find it fascinating, Lisa. I think so many people are thinking about it. I mean, I went online to look at it because I want to stop the food noise, and there's just no way I could even get past the BMI point.
Oh, God, no. They would never let you have it because it's not for maintenance.
No.
It's to lose weight. I also don't want people to think if they're going to try it that they'll necessarily have the same experience as me.
Right,
'Cause
yes.
everybody's different. It's worked so well for so many people. It's helped them lose that weight that makes them able to get up and do stuff more often. And so it's been great for a lot of people. And this is just my experience.
Well, thank you for sharing it. And how much money did you spend when all was said and done? Can I ask?
Here's a mistake I made. I did 2 rounds, right? So that was $125 each. It might have been $150. And then I didn't cancel properly. I thought by telling the practitioner that I was stopping was enough. No, it wasn't. So I got a 3rd one that I paid for.
Oops.
That there was no way to stop or return. And then I got a little lecture on how that's done properly. So it cost me, $450 total over 3 months or whatever. But it was an experiment, and it was something I really wanted to try. Now I know. Derek gets it because he's older, and so it doesn't cost him a nickel.
Oh.
If you're over 65, your prescriptions are paid for. So remember that if you're over 65 and this is something you really want to do, is that it's not going to cost you out of pocket.
And it's also important to remember, too, that just like all those fast ad disclaimers say, this product may not be right for you, consult with your physician. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. I had high hopes for you because I just know.
Yeah. But the thing is, you'll see in my blog tomorrow at voiceoflisabrandt.com that it came with a bit of an epiphany and a bit of a change in perspective. So I'm fine with it not working. I'm fine. You know me, when I found out I couldn't have children, I didn't moon about it. I was like, okay, well, that's the way it's going to be. So I'm taking the stoic stance and going, well, didn't work for me, so we'll move on and do the best I can.
Quite literally, one size does not fit all.
That's so true.
Yeah. Well, as I guess you've just heard, we talk about everything on this podcast, but the best thing is you talk too. Of course, you go to our Gracefully and Frankly Facebook page, which is where you will find Lisa's blog, of course, too.
Tuesday and Friday. Yeah.
That's the easiest way to find Lisa's blog because I want to find out the epiphanies and all that. But she insists we get on with the show because you've been calling. We've gotten 3 voicemails. You've already heard Leslie with her clucking news. Now we heard from a listener who referenced, what? Another podcast? Lisa, there are other podcasts?
Where are my smelling salts? Oh.
Yes, well, you know how you are about smelling salts. They just put you right out. But it's with the actress Rita Wilson, also known as the wife of Tom Hanks, right?
Mm.
And a former first lady we all know. Listen to this.
Hi, Erin and Lisa. This is Jackie from Niagara Falls. I just love your show. I've listened to it from the beginning and look forward to it every Thursday. I just wanted to share with you, I was listening to the IMO podcast with Michelle Obama, and their guest was Rita Wilson. And Rita made a comment about this phrase that she's heard called queenagers for women over 50 and just thought it was wonderful. And Michelle Obama loved it too. And she said, hey, we should trademark that. So I went to your website and found the link to your Queenager t-shirts and left a comment on their Spotify and said, sorry, Queenagers has already been in use for a couple of years by 2 Canadian podcasters. And I referenced your podcast and sent them a link to the t-shirt because I want to make sure that you guys get credit for the term Queenagers, which is a fantastic term. Love you guys. Looking forward to always listening. Bye.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that. And you know what? I don't know where we first heard Queenagers. Lisa, I don't think we're going to get rich, though.
No, but we do have Queenager t-shirts, and all sizes are the same price. Lots of colors. gracefullyandfrankly.com under the boutique. And of course, that's also where you can get a hold of us. You just open the website and there's a microphone down on the bottom right. And we have another terrific call this week, too. So we so appreciate your involvement in this program, in this podcast. It makes it so much better.
And that's also where you can buy us a coffee. Is that just me or is that the percolator?
No, you're not hearing things.
Marg and Mo. So this is kind of two-fisted coffees, but actually there's 10 of them. Wow.
Lovely. We could power those back in no time.
Marg writes, I've been listening since your inception. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Lisa, now we know the answer to the long-running question, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I'm pretty sure the egg did.
I think you're right.
We know the rooster doesn't anyway. Okay. I've been listening since your inception and now have my best friend Mo hooked too. Go, Mo. I was one of the listeners who answered the quizzes you had and won an envy pillow. I'm so grateful to you both and my envy pillow. Keep up your great podcast. My Thursdays have never been the same. Well, they're different after this week. I'll tell you, Marg, you're going to be telling everybody about the birds, the bees, and the chickens. Isn't that great? Well, thank you. Thank you, Marg and Mo, for those 10 coffees. Yep, the little Buy Me a Coffee logo is just right down there on that same page, gracefullyandfrankly.com. It's on the left. Oh, and guess what, Lisa? We can't know if Mo was in the know, but Marg's friend, Mo, sent us this voicemail.
Hey, this is Mo from Stratford. As you know, I'm a fairly new listener, but I just wanted to let you know that in every single episode of your podcast, there's at least one thing that resonates with me. And I think that's the beauty of your podcast. There's at least one time when I say yes, or I get that, or I agree with that, or I feel that. And this week you talked about having younger friends, and I just wanted to mention, and I know you know this, the value of having older friends as well. My best friend is 12 years older than me, and even though most of the time we don't even notice the age difference, there are times when her life experiences and wisdom help me so much. And there are times when we have different perspectives because of the age difference. But we love our connection and the miracle that occurred for us to meet. And without her, I wouldn't have discovered your podcast. So there's that. Anyway, have a great weekend.
You too, Mo. Thank you.
We absolutely agree about older friends. I love my older friends. You have older friends. You have a newer older friend.
I know. Where am I finding these? Well, this one's on our cottage road. She's an 84-year-old woman named Ellen. She has a parrot who's 43 named Sonny. And Sonny swears like a sailor because of his previous owners. And he's always going, work, 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 work. And he is so funny. And hello. And all this. He's already had Dottie and Livy over for a sleepover. And they're very curious about him. But he stays in his cage or he comes around and kind of looks at them and stuff. But he gets very jealous when Ellen doesn't have her time with Sonny because the two little dogs are there. You know what? Sonny laughs all the time. And I said to Ellen, who's been widowed now 10 years, she dearly loved her second husband. And I said to her, isn't it wonderful to hear laughter in the house all the time? And Sonny laughs. I mean, isn't that great? It's kind of insane, but it's also wonderful.
It is wonderful. That is a real commitment, a 43-year-old parrot.
Yeah. Yes,
Wow.
indeed. Yeah, she got him somewhere in that journey. But then, she wonders when she goes, who's going to take Sonny? Who knows?
Oh, my goodness. It's like who's going to look after Keith Richards, right? Oh,
Well, we have to care for the planet. Otherwise, what happens to Keith? Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, well, Marg mentioned envy. And as of this recording, now something may have happened yesterday at the tariff deadline. So forgive us if we are not in the know right now because anything can change. But Envy Pillow is having a really difficult time in terms of what's being done to them. And you hate to see your friends being bullied.
right. They absorbed the last tariffs for their U.S. customers, but 50%, that's just too much. They agree and they admit they can't take that on, and really no one would expect them to. So they're going to pause U.S. shipments for now. Just a pause, not goodbye. But it's completely understandable because the tariffs are completely ununderstandable. So they're just advising U.S. customers right now to take a breath before ordering an MV pillow for the time being. Canadian customers, of course, within Canada, we're all good, and that's not going to be a worry.
So please do continue to support a Canadian company that is just getting, And of course, because they are so good, they are an international company. There are people who absolutely love NV Pillow as much as we do. And you can find out more about their products, why we love them, why people are so very loyal to them at NVPillow, envypillow.com. Use the code GF for 10% off. And Kathy and Kim, we are thinking of you. We truly are. And thank you for sticking with us in hard times. We're sticking with you.
Mm-hmm.
We've made a point of getting out to some of the spots on the island, getting to know them a little bit. And one of them is in Hope Bay. And there was a little bistro there. And we had our niece here. I had a gift certificate for the chocolate shop there, which is to die for. Anyway, we're at this little area. And you and I have been there. And there's a little bistro. We sat outside and kind of sat there in the sun and looked at the menu. And we kind of muttered among each other, like, is there anything here we want? No, I don't really see anything. No, I don't feel like that today either. So we got up, and this place was full. This was a corner table. It was outdoors, and it was full. So on the way out, I went deliberately slowly, and as I was leaving, right at the little gateway, I saw our server, and I gave her a 5. And I said, this isn't for us today, but thank you so much. And when I told Ava I was going to do this, Ava looked at me like it was like, I'm going to stand up and start singing show tunes in the subway. You know, she gave me that face like, no. Ava is an adult. She's 21.
All right.
And I gave the server this, and she gave me a look like, wow, thank you. That's so kind. Thanks. So we left. And I said to Ava, I said, why wouldn't you do that? She said, well, you just don't. Now, Ava has worked very hard for her minimum wage job for a long time. She's paying her way through college. So every cent is very precious to her, and she saves like crazy. What would you have done? And did I do anything unusual?
I think you did. But on the side of kindness,
okay,
you were empathetic toward the server. I wouldn't have done it. I think it's a little over the top.
Yeah, but she'd gone to the trouble. She had laid out cutlery and glasses, and it was going to be something that kind of made her go, oh, crap, got to do this again.
True, but it's also part of the job, and it happens sometimes. But you have a thing about tipping, and I know you do, and I'm a generous tipper as well.
You are.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it, but it wasn't wrong in any way. It was very nice of you to do. I'm surprised that Ava wouldn't say everybody should do that.
Yeah, or I'll take the 5. That's more like her. But okay, I just wanted to know if it was unusual. It just seems to me like the right thing to do after somebody has welcomed you, given you menus, given you glasses, given you cutlery. And I'm always so worried that they'll think, oh no, I thought their food wasn't good enough for me or anything like that, which was just not the case, just didn't hit us the right way that day. Okay, well, thank you. And I'm glad I don't end up as this week in Totally Stupid or Twits. We have an international twit today. It's actually, I used to live in Windsor, and it would never occur to me to go across the bridge or take the tunnel to go grocery shopping. But guess what? People are doing that.
Lots do.
And guess what else? Yep. While their elbows were not up, their purchases of toilet paper certainly are. Windsor Essex County Health Unit is advising residents take precautions when you're going to Michigan because of cyclosporiasis reported locally and throughout the state. There have been 24 cases now in Windsor, Essex, because people are going to the States. Yeah. So this is where the FAFO comes into full effect. The FA, you can figure out. The FO is find out. Because, sorry, if you're going to the States, you get what you get. And your tummy's upset. I'm getting even more vigilant about it.
We have to right now because we're under attack in some ways. So we need to prop up our fellow Canadians. I absolutely agree with you. So they got explosive diarrhea. Well, that's what you get when you buy
Yep.
Cyclospora produce. Oh, my goodness.
Yes. I know. So anyway, wouldn't wish it on anyone. We only would. Okay, I would wish it on someone, but he's already wearing a diaper, so it's not like it matters. Anyway, on that cheery note.
Yes. Now I have a vision of him. Oh, no.
I'm so sorry. Let's think instead about Kim and Kathy, who are dealing with the whole fallout of all of this mess. Support Canadian. Thanks for listening to two big mouth Canadian broads. And us, not them.
Gracefully and frankly, we'll be back in a week.
We think. Bye for now.
Bye.